You said 3 seconds of silence.
It was, we got like 4 seconds, and then I laughed because I thought you were holding it in, and then I turned around, so you slowly melting out your mouth. Oh, shit. All right. So we have I guess we can call this like a special, because it's not about anything that I actually really thought that we would have an episode about, but I think it'll make for a great, interesting episode.
Because it was all over the media, over this stupid thing.
We're jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah, we are.
Maybe this will be our success to fame because we did a podcast over this subject.
Right, it's just like a trending thing, and since that name is in there, boom, everyone sees it. All right, but so for everyone to understand what we're talking about, we are talking about having an episode dedicated to discussing the anomaly that is
Trisha Paytas.
I don't know pretty much anything about this woman other than the little bit of her that we discussed in our episode about gay and trans rights and stuff. Josh, you don't know jack squat.
No, I know absolutely nothing about this. I just knew it's some transvestite woman trying to bang gay dudes. And then my wife wouldn't stop talking about her. Him. Schmerm.
You're
so rude.
So
that's who I am. I'm just unfiltered.
No, you're a dick. There's a difference between being unfiltered and a dick.
No. Not really.
So instead of either of us leading this conversation or anything, today our host for the topic will be Ashley.
So you're letting the baby of the group do it. Should we trust her? Probably not.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Alright, so a little bit on who Trisha Paytas is. She is a YouTuber who is basically just trying to be famous. If you watch David Dobrik's vlogs, you know who Jason Nash is. She dated this poor motherfucker for a little bit. And, well, I don't know. He ain't good looking. He kind of looks like a ball sack. But...
Don't at us.
But she's been doing YouTube. It was inspired by one of her favorite actors. I don't remember it. My brain's mush watching all this shit. She used to be an escort. She used to be a stripper. She makes music, which is not any good. I mean, it's alright.
Hold up, can I interrupt you for 1 second? You said she was an escort.
She was.
Was an escort?
Yes.
Did she have a penis?
No.
No, she's a woman.
She has a vagina.
No, see, I learn something new every day.
And she does do, like, her YouTube, what it started out was, like, makeup tutorials and reviews on stuff, and then she's, like, the queen of clickbait. And she does mukbang, which is where you...
The hell does that mean?
The fuck is that?
It's where you eat in front of a camera for ASMR vibes, which I think is gross.
Oh, there's Asian chicks that do that.
Yeah.
There's this one that eats, like, not to get too off topic, but she eats shrimp the size of my fucking fist and forearm. I really want to go to China or something and get those giant mutated shrimp.
Can we get Chinese food after this? You're making me hungry.
Alright, back on topic.
And then she is friends with Shane Dawson. If you watch...
I know him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know Shane Dawson, not from what he is now, but what he was, making skits. But she became friends with him, and then her shit basically expanded. I mean, she's written books, which I have not read. So, the news is she came out on YouTube saying that she is transgender. If you know anything about Trisha Paytas, you know that she has been trying to get famous for God knows how long. I went and found her IMDb, like, movie thing, and it's fucking scary how long it is. 2 of those were pornos, and I didn't know about it until I Googled it.
I thought they were all going to be.
No, only 2.
So she's been in actual movies?
No. A lot of it is... Okay, hold on. Actually, yeah, she has. She's been in It Gets Worse, Beverly Hills Cop. Wait, no, that's a TV movie. Yeah, TV movie.
I mean, like, real...
You said Beverly Hills Cop. The Eddie Murphy movie?
No, TV movie.
Okay.
It Gets Worse, Lola's Love Shack, that's a...
Porno?
No.
Sounds like one.
He does.
There's one, it's called This Ain't Jaws XXX.
I'd watch.
Like, that's porn. That's the one.
I was waiting for you to be like, that's also not a porn.
That's also...
She was in Wonderlust.
Doesn't surprise me.
Family Tree, Shane Dawson TV. She was in an episode of Modern Family.
Who hasn't been in an episode of Modern Family? I'm sure I started an episode of
and
Modern
didn't
Family.
even know it.
She was in Yes Man. She was in The Crowd.
She was in Yes Man?
Mm-hmm.
So she's been in some, like... Oh, but she's just been extra.
Yeah. A lot of the things that she has been in, she's been in extra. Now she's been in Tim and Eric's Awesome Show. Great job.
Fuck yeah.
She's been in a couple music videos. She's been in the Eminem We Made You video. If you remember that one, it was like early, mid-2000s. And it's the video where he's making fun of like Amy Winehouse and Charlie Sheen and all these other...
Oh, no, the Jessica Simpson song.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that song.
She is the one that is...
Jessica Simpson?
Yes. That is quote-unquote Jessica Simpson. They were making fun of her, or the media was, because she had gained a little bit of weight, which is kind of fucked up. It's like, okay, I think she just had a baby or some shit. And she was also in the Amy Winehouse Tears Dry on Their Own music video. Where's that other porno one? That was actually... There was one I didn't realize.
Yeah, where is that?
I think it's... Oh, God, what is it? No, Horny Birds. Horny Birds.
What the hell?
I was like...
Are they dressed up like Angry Birds?
I don't know.
Probably.
I was kind of scared. I was like, oh fuck, this is porn. Let's exit out of this and clear our search history.
Damn, that's sad.
Yeah. And if you look on her Facebook page, because I was trying to do some sort of research, so I'm not going into this with just an inkling of information, and then the more I looked into it, I was like, fuck, this is bigger than what it actually fucking is.
So we've just scratched the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. Like, oh, I also have TV shows she's been in. Okay, she's been in Celebrity Big Brother, My Strange Addiction for Tanning. She's been on America's Got Talent for quote-unquote rapping. By rapping, I mean just reading really, really, really fast. There's, like, I've been watching this girl since I was in, like, a freshman in high school. So that's 2010, 2011. And I was like, yeah, cool. And then the more and more I watched, she just gets annoying.
I thought she was annoying the first time I heard her talk.
It's
Like
720 words a minute.
Early YouTube was not bad. But the more and more she gained fame and she was getting sponsorships and shit. Because I know she gets sponsored through Adam and Eve. She gets sponsored through... it's another sex toy company. I don't remember who it is.
Alright, so she's been in an extra and a bunch of stuff and mainly reality TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of pornos.
Yeah, she was on Celebrity Big Brother. By the 4th episode, I think, is when she walked out. So she
Damn, couldn't even make it to episode 5.
And then she does have, I thought it was her own porn site, but it's just her Patreon where she does a podcast and... Hold on, a podcast, she does her YouTube, she does different videos, which I think is also like a clips for sale. Do you know what clips for sale is?
No. Where do you sell clips of video?
Essentially, most of it's porn.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that, I don't know a lot of people that do it, but I know a lot of people, make like Patreon accounts or whatever, and they have people pay for, there's, I know of one YouTuber who did the same thing, Tara Babcock.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, she was one of the YouTubers who's like, I love video games and nerdy stuff that guys like, but I'm actually super slutty, and I like to, express my sexuality, and she had this thing called, Fan Service Friday, where she would do, like, very sexual things, and then she ended up getting in trouble for those when YouTube changed their content guidelines. So she ended up having to take that off, and now she does like that stuff, Patreon. And all right, back to Trisha.
So for her Patreon, it's called Trishyland. I had to like dig deep into this because I couldn't fucking find it. Patreon is where you can donate X amount per month and you get certain perks. Like if you donate $1 per month, you get access to her podcast. If you donate $50, you get to like her porn level shit. Yeah, there was one video I about threw up watching. I was like, oh.
It's Trishy Land, Trishy Land?
Yes, Trishy Land.
On Patreon.
Yes.
All right, cool. Don't get suspicious when $50 goes missing from our middle account every month.
Sure.
You might want to look her up before you start spending $50.
This is true.
Like, one, like, had to do with, like, period stuff. I was like, no. Well, we're done. But most of it, if not all of it, is adult content, which you cannot post on YouTube anymore. Now, before her fame, she used to be a stripper. She talks about that a lot in her videos. She used to be a stripper. And she was a lingerie model. She did a video on YouTube. If you look her up, it's called I Am Transgender. If you know
is this the first? Sorry, but is this the first video that launched her entire new giant controversy?
Yes, she's had several other ones, like the thing with Jason Nash. She's got all kinds of hate with other YouTubers. If you actually go in deep and look into some of her shit, she's gotten herself in quite a bit of trouble. This
Bit
is
of a bad girl.
I guess. If you know what this girl looks like, she's a little bit taller than me. I'm 5'1", and she's got big boobs, big fake boobs, big lips. She's real girly. She's real feminine. I'm not saying men can't be feminine, but it's still kind of, what? Okay, so her video is titled, I Am Transgender. She goes on to say that she is 1000% trans because she doesn't fit the stereotypes, although she identifies with her natural-born identity.
Which is?
Female. She says she identifies as female, but she also identifies as male because she wants a penis.
It's just gender fluid.
Well, gender fluid wouldn't be that you identify as both. It means that you will identify as more than one at different periods of time.
Yeah,
it means you can flow through different genders or whatever.
Yeah, here's
Stupid.
a line. You're in the middle. Some days you feel more feminine. Some days you feel more masculine.
Some days I just like to look down at my lap and go, yeah, that's a penis. I guess, I'm a guy.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
It's been inside you. Thank you very much.
You sure?
Are you sure?
Way off the rails.
Okay.
I don't want to be part of that conversation.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would be weird. I don't want to include my cousin on this shit. Anyway, she says she identifies as a gay man because she identifies as a guy. She's attracted to gay men. I don't blame her. There's some gay people you're like, damn.
I would like
Why?
to go for the record. State for the record, I identify as a lesbian. That makes sense? Born man identifies a female, a lesbian.
No, because a lesbian means that you're a gay woman.
On the inside, aren't we all a gay woman?
I mean, I guess you could say that. I guess you could say that you like women, but you didn't. Well, to be a lesbian, though, you'd have to identify as a woman.
For the record, I am half a gay.
Why was that for the record?
Because you're like, yeah, I identify as a lesbian because I like girls. I'm like, I
like pussy. You can't help it.
Personally, I think both parts are kind of gross and they're kind of funny looking.
All right, so she somehow identifies as both a man and a woman simultaneously and is attracted to gay men.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's see. Also identifies as a drag queen because she enjoys dressing as a woman.
Yeah, and I remember
she just likes getting dressed.
We talked about that before, so I won't bring that whole thing up. But since when is drag queen or king an actual identity?
I don't know. You tell me. I mean, whenever you're on stage, yeah, you are. I'm going to use an example. Fucking Trixie Mattel. That's a drag queen. Whenever they're like, yes, I am male, but whenever I am on stage, I am portraying a female. On stage, I am being feminine.
So her whole spiel is, I'm a drag queen. I like to get dressed up, go up on stage in woman's clothes, being a woman, and identify as a woman. That's a lot of extra fucking steps for saying, hey y'all, I got dressed today.
Right, yeah. That was a great way of putting it.
Okay, and then usually whenever you are gender fluid or you're right there in the middle, usually your pronouns, usually, I'm not saying always, usually your pronouns are they and them. She does not like they, them pronouns, but I was watching this, it was melting my fucking brain. It was, I don't like being called a he, I like being called a she. It's like, does that mean you're fucking female then?
I can't.
Man, you like dressing up in women's clothes. You like being called female. I'm gonna go ahead and take one for the team here and say, I think she's just a woman.
Trevor, quit breaking shit.
It's my turn to fucking hit everything this episode.
But, and then she went on Twitter, and I'm gonna read some of these tweets. One of them is from Vicky Cox. I have no idea who the fuck she is. It says, report this tweet. Using gender identity as clickbait is a privileged act of violence. I'm not gonna stand for it. I don't care what it actually counts. The headline and photo use cannot be serious. Trans people are murdered for quietly trying to live their lives. Usually whenever, like, you come out as trans, it's not like... Okay, so I watched another trans YouTuber, it's the Miles Chronicles. They're like a Q&A, and they're not like this big announcement. Now, whenever they started to transition, it was like, I'm starting T, or it's, hi, I'm Miles, this is day whatever on T. It's not like using that as a clickbaity thing, which she is also known for doing because she is the queen of fucking clickbait.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it sounds like she's doing with the, I'm a man, but I'm a woman, and I like portraying myself as a woman, therefore I am a woman, but a man, and like, it's like, it's
bullshit.
Yeah, it's purposely, it seems like it is a purposely constructed fucking crazy ass statement meant to both outrage people and get people to be like, what the fuck is this chick saying? I gotta pay attention to this more because she's fucking crazy.
And even in the video, she's like, this is gonna stir up controversy. It's like, yes, fucking Trisha, it's gonna stir up controversy.
You're saying you're a straight woman. Basically, so controversial.
In the video that the picture she posted, she did a cover of, oh god, it was Bet On It from High School Musical 2. And she dressed as Troy Bolton. That was the picture that she fucking used for this. She basically got into drag and performed this song. And that was the picture she used.
Mm-hmm. To say that she was trans?
Yes.
But that doesn't even... That's not even consistent with her statement that she enjoys dressing up like a woman, therefore she identifies as a woman.
Okay.
It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
It doesn't have to.
Because it's the internet. But, okay, and then here's another tweet. This is from Patrick Starr. He is a
starfish that lives next door to SpongeBob, right?
3 R's, not 1.
Oh, man, he had an extra R?
Is he related to Jeffrey?
No.
It was a joke.
But that'd be like saying he's related to my dog because our dog is fucking Ringo Jeffrey, so...
Oh, is he... Okay.
Yeah, so, he's totally related.
So this guy is not related to Ringo Starr or Jeffree Star or the actual Patrick Starr.
No. He's a makeup guru who does a lot of feminine looks. Says, are you fucking stupid? Being trans is not a costume. Just because I wear wigs and lashes does not mean I'm a woman. For the time I play dress up, apologize now. And then he later went on there and was like, yeah, I shouldn't have tweeted that, but seriously, fuck that.
Can I read that?
That's stupid.
It's on my...
Yeah, your notes. I want to see your notes. Which one is it?
The second one.
This page?
No. Bottom, first page. There you go.
Hey, SpongeBob, are you fucking stupid? Being trans is not a cause.
Give me my notes. I'm gonna beat you with a fucking llama notebook. Stop it.
Oh, man.
No,
but what that guy said is 100% correct. I mean, I don't know why he decided to retract. Again, obviously because he got backlash, but I don't know why anyone even stupid enough to backlash that. It makes sense. And what they're saying, like, I assume he got backlashed by the trans community.
No,
that's
just
her fans.
Like, no, like, if you watch him, he's not like, fuck this. He's very, kind of, he watches what he says. So he was like, fuck, I really shouldn't have tweeted it the way that I tweeted it, but
I don't think there was absolutely anything wrong with what he said. It made perfect sense.
Yeah.
That just because you do wear feminine things or act feminine does not mean that you are a woman.
Yeah.
And if you want to look at it from a trans perspective, you can still see that as, yeah, he's right. Just because everyone doesn't make you trans. You have to, actually feel like you are a woman, and that's why you dress up. Yeah. So, I mean, either way you look at it.
And there's actually a statement from a trans woman. Gigi, however the fuck you pronounce her name. Gigi Gorgeous, who is...
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's Gigi.
Gigi?
I think I've heard of her before.
Gigi Gorgeous. She is a trans woman, meaning that she was a man and transitioned into a woman. She supports Trisha, but thinks her video is harmful for the trans community. I mean, I get support your friends for what they're going through, but whenever your video does not fucking make sense and you're going around and round with, I feel like I'm a man, but I'm also a woman, it's like, you're not trans.
But here's the thing, too, because the same people, I mean, maybe not any of the people you've read so far, but some of the same people who are outraged at Trisha for saying this are the same people who say that you cannot question someone who says they're trans. Yeah. But then they're questioning Trisha for saying that she's trans just because she's saying it in a really fucking weird way that ends up with her just saying she is a woman.
Yeah, like, I watched her video, it's called, like, Why I'm Not Transitioning or Transitioning, something like that. That one melted my brain enough to where I did not want to watch her I'm Transgender video. She also went on the doctors, and they're like, yeah, you're trans, but we get why you don't want to transition. I understand some people just don't have the full-fledged desire to transition because it's expensive, or they don't want to risk putting their body through the amount of hell they're going to have to go through, and they just stop it at, they bind their chest, they cut their hair, and they change their clothes. And they change their name. And sometimes that's just all that they do because they don't want to go through the surgery because it's expensive, or because they don't want to do the hormones because of the amount of shit that it does to your body.
Right. But in the end, because I read that article that you sent, in the end of it, he ended up saying that he, as a doctor, a medical professional, did diagnose her with being trans. He didn't say gender dysphoria, but he said that he did diagnose her as being trans.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a real doctor. TV doctors I don't trust.
None of those are real doctors. Dr. Ice is not a real doctor.
Oh, man, really?
Yeah.
I know Dr. Phil is an actual doctor because he went to whatever fancy school, but...
Yeah, but, I mean, still, if we look at what gender dysphoria actually is, though...
Oh, I have the definition for that.
Yeah,
I looked it up. I looked it up.
Gold star for Ashley.
It says, I actually have the criteria. I looked this shit up. Imagine the looks I got at the fucking laundromat last night looking this shit up. It says, oh fuck, where'd it go? Okay, gender dysphoria is basically your outsides don't match your insides. Your brain says, for example, her brain says male, and on the female she's an outside, or on the outside she is female, and her outsides don't match her insides.
But she also says that she identifies as a woman, so...
Yeah.
So that's where I was going with that, is even if you try to diagnose her with that, it doesn't really match it because she ends up saying that she does identify with what her actual sex is.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't make any sense.
At all.
No.
At all.
But, okay, so for her transitioning, it says, she opens up with, what makes a man?
Penis. Did I win?
Penis.
Our chromosomes.
Chromosomes, penis, and
the Y chromosome.
Okay, she also identifies with the feminine side with being female, and she's always felt male on the inside, which I get. There are very feminine men. Like, one of my best friends is a very feminine man. But he's a man.
But he looks like a grandma.
Leave him alone.
I'm not mentioning names, but you know who you are.
I mean, he's not as bad as he was, or he's not as feminine as he was whenever we were in high school.
As bad as he was.
I'm gonna start throwing shit. I'm not good with words. How the fuck you let me on this podcast? I don't know. But he's not as feminine as he was whenever we were kids. He was very feminine whenever we were kids. But, usually, some, not all, transgender people, or if you're gay or whatever, they know that they're not, quote-unquote, normal from a young age. Like, she says that she's known that something wasn't right since she was a kid.
But does she give examples, or does she just say that?
No, she's just like, I just known that I've always been male as a kid because I was friends with guys. Most of my friends are guys because females can be bitches.
I was friends with a lot of girls. That means I don't identify as a female.
And it says she does not want to dress male. Okay, I get it. But it's still like, you're saying you're...
I identify as male.
But I want to wear... But I want to dress like a female. It's like, okay. Alright, and so she can't satisfy straight women or a gay man because she can't provide penetration.
Hold up. No, hold up. Go back 3 seconds. She can't satisfy straight women. No fucking shit. They're probably not into it.
See, usually what that means is whenever you're trans, usually... Okay, so she's saying she's transgender male. If she's into gay men, if she transitions to male, that would make her gay. If she's transitioning male and she's into women, that makes her straight.
Sounds like straight with extra steps.
Kind of.
It's like...
I mean, you can. They make...
I feel like this... I'm going to get so much shit from what I have to say, but I feel like the entire, like, transgender identity stuff is like a fucking game of Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm sitting here...
Roll 5 for incentive.
You're fucking explaining the damn rulebook to me, and I'm trying to memorize the fucking lore of,
and you're like,
of transgenderism.
As soon as you think you've got it figured out... No.
In order for you to obtain the identity of this, you must...
You must first complete the quest.
Alright, so usually... Okay, I mean, you can provide penetration because they make shit for that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I mean, they
buy a strap-on.
Buy a strap-on.
But they're straight women.
Yeah.
So...
They still got to deal with the whole fact that there is also a confused straight woman wearing a strap-on.
I mean, they do make things...
I'd be like if a gay guy came up to me and was like, hey, I'm wearing this strap-on vagina. Would you want to fuck me? No, dude, I'm sorry. But I identify as female. Good for you.
I mean, they make STPs where you can put a rod at them and you can use them for sex.
Yeah, or like what they use in the, supposedly in some movies. They have like a thing, like a tube thing that's strapped to the inside of the woman's thigh that the guy...
Just put a fucking fleshlight. Tuck that shit between your legs. Or get a really cool fashioned one that's like a dildo with the sleeve for your dick.
You can't
Hollywood,
mix silicone
use these
with
ideas.
silicone.
Use these ideas, Hollywood.
Okay, she says she's confused. Not all trans people, just her. Part of the reason that she's not transitioning is because she's trying to figure out who she truly is.
Aren't we all?
That's a daily struggle.
Where's
my fans? I struggle every goddamn day with this.
Alright, and then she says, why can't males have breasts or a vagina if they choose to?
Hold up. Some of us don't choose to have breasts.
Look at this shit.
Just have them.
I'm sorry, you both need a training bra.
It's whatever.
I would let you borrow mine, but yeah, no. That would be weird.
No, it would be weird if you still had a training bra at the age of 23.
I kept it for you.
Whoa!
I knew that I would marry a weirdo.
It's weird even on my level.
Yes, men have breasts, but there's a difference in my definition. There's a difference between breast and having tits. All people have breast tissue, and yes, men can get breast cancer, but boobs. You're a female. You have boobs.
But
you
boobs,
feed babies with those.
Yeah, some men can produce milk.
Yeah.
But men can get breast cancer just as the same as women. But, like, boobs feed babies, and breasts are just, they're there. Like, that kind of raises the question, why the fuck do men have nipples?
But if
they would look weird without them.
If that's the case, then that would make trans women not women still.
Yeah, you got me there. But...
Boom.
Shut up. Okay, and then... There was a controversy. I didn't look into this because I didn't fucking care. It says, Logan Paul said he would go gay for a month.
Yeah, I remember that. That
shit.
thing.
I don't.
All right, Logan
I don't
Paul,
understand why that's a
come
big
at me.
controversy, though.
Come at me, Logan Paul.
Because, like in the conversation we had, if I wanted to sleep with a man...
You could.
It's a man's choice to be gay. Respect that.
He totally could have seriously made the decision to be gay for a month. I mean, and I don't understand why he got criticism either, because people, you know, first of all, how do people know that he wasn't...
Actually gay.
Well, not actually gay, but maybe he was actually wondering.
Yeah.
And people say that you should, you know, if you are curious, experiment, see what you like, and find out what you are.
Yeah.
And he kind of... I mean, I actually haven't watched any videos of it or anything. I just know that it happened, and that he said that he was going to do that. But how do people know he wasn't actually serious about actually trying to, you know, see if that's something?
Yeah. And then she says she's not going trans, like, as a fad. Kind of sounds like she is.
Very much.
Guys, I'm not doing this as a fad. Okay, look, this is who I am. It's not a fad. Not a fad. It is a fad.
And then it says identifies as female because that's what she, on the outside, that she looks like.
That was a lot to process in 30 minutes.
Yeah, this video is like an hour long.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't finish it. I got to like, down to the last 10 minutes. I'm done.
She skirted around her own fucking controversial conversation for damn near an hour. And in the last 10 minutes, if she put it in there, because we don't know.
It's just a giant fucking game. Oh, hold on, I'll save this for later. But
okay.
Is there any more to the video?
Oh yeah,
like that you have like any like big things?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 more bullet points.
Shit, let's do it.
Okay, it says she's never satisfied sexually and she's trying to figure out who she is. Well, that sounds like a personal problem. Like, I'm sorry you're not satisfied with sex. Some people aren't.
But that still also doesn't make sense to what she's saying, because she's saying she doesn't know who she is, but yet right before that, claiming that she does know who she is by claiming that she is trans. I mean, if you don't know who you are, then how do you know you're trans?
Yeah. And then she says one of the biggest signs is that she's never been comfortable with the pronouns she or her, and she's never been comfortable changing with the girl and not comfortable with her body. I wasn't comfortable changing with girls. I wasn't comfortable changing in front of anybody.
I straight up did not change in front of anybody in the men's locker room, swimming or PE.
Same.
It was bathroom stall.
Yep.
And wait.
It's fucking weird.
Yep.
Or when they fucking take showers together.
And you're like,
It's like, nah, I'm good. I'm not fucking do that.
Yeah, like, I got made fun of because I got tits in, like, 2nd grade. Like, they're, like, all the boys, you know, whenever they were, you know, the hormones and stuff actually started to
What
kick
are
in.
those?
What are those? I became popular with the boys for a minute. And the girls were like, ha, you have boobs. I'm like, yeah, shut up.
Ha, you don't.
Right.
And then, like, I started growing the leg hair and stuff before all the other girls in my class, and they made fun of me for it. I was like, stop making fun of me. I can't control it.
I don't want to shave yet.
Okay, back on subject. We're straying
What
really
the hell
bad.
were we talking about?
I don't know.
It says, okay, and she Googled how do you know you're trans, which some people, you know, that's what they do. And she found WikiHow. I don't trust WikiHow for shit like that, maybe on how to, like, change a light bulb or how to make
You should
something.
know how to change a light bulb. It ain't fucking hard.
Unscrew it. Put it in.
Yeah.
I know how to change a light bulb thanks to WikiHow. But no, like, for certain little things. Like, there was one on there that was like, how to fake your own death. Like, oh. And it says she went on WikiHow to find, and then there was a thing called How to Know You're Transgender. And right now, she's currently seeing a therapist, which, thank God, seeing a therapist that specializes in gender identity. Trevor, are you seriously looking that shit up?
No.
No.
Sorry.
Okay. And then she doesn't know what gender dysphoria is. Bitch, you Googled on WikiHow how to know you are transgender. You can certainly Google what is gender dysphoria.
I'm sorry. I actually really did on accident zone that part out of it. I did not fucking hear you say that that's why she was using WikiHow.
WikiHow.
Oh my fucking god. I know I'm trans because I fucking WikiHow'd that shit.
I got on WikiHow once. I was drawing a picture. It's how to draw a pot plant, and it gave me how to grow pot. I'll save that for later, but and then it says she is being a drag queen is a persona, and it is her job to be a sexual female, and that is being a persona. Okay, yes, being a drag queen is part of your persona. You don't have to be a stripper. You don't have to run a sexual Patreon. That is what you are choosing to do.
Yeah, well, and then she just contradicted herself again in that statement because she said that being a drag queen is part of her persona, but before this would have been after when she was on the Doctor whatever show, said that being drag was something she identified as.
Yeah.
So is it a piece of is it a persona or is it a persona, or is it a fucking identity?
Yeah. And then she also said men have boobs. We already discussed this. Usually if a man has boobs, it is a medical condition besides just having your breast tissue. And then she says she does want to transition and that she has seen men with false nails and false lashes. Yes, they are very feminine males, but they usually dress like a man. They're like, yeah, I'm a man, but I do makeup. I love makeup. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't make you trans or even gay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be hyper. I know I worked with a couple guys at the youth home who were, what do they call it? Where they're just super sensitive about their appearance and they're feminine men. They're femboys. Yeah, but I mean, there's a certain word for it. I can't fucking remember what it is.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. If you're male and you want to wear makeup, fine. If you're a girl and you're a tomboy, fine. That doesn't necessarily make you trans.
Right.
I mean, I know a lot of tomboys. I was a tomboy as a kid. My mom just made me wear dresses sometimes. And, okay, that's not excluding kindergarten to, 3rd grade, because I loved to wear dresses, and then whenever I got to, 5th to, throughout high school, it's I don't want to fucking wear a dress.
Maybe I wanted to wear a dress. Fuck. We were told we couldn't.
You could if you wanted to. And then I did do some research on transitioning, because I didn't know if we would need it or not. Mm-hmm. Okay, so whenever... We were talking about this on the last time I sat down and talked to Trevor.
Metrosexual.
There we go. Okay,
very metro.
Metro.
I knew it had the word sexual in it. Because
Yeah,
I always thought it was part of the,
Yeah.
Remember the early 2000s?
South Park.
You weren't gay, you were metro, honey.
Yeah, but
South
I worked
Park.
with two guys at the youth home who I honestly thought were gay the entire time. It turned out they were
Just
metrosexual, and they were completely straight. So, I mean, just because you're feminine and you're very concerned about your appearance and you dress super nice, take care of yourself, and act feminine doesn't mean that you're gay or that you're trans. So,
but
that's...
High five.
High five, bro.
That's one of the issues. I won't go on a tangent here, but that's one of the issues that we have now is that a lot of the people in the radicals in the LGBT community are trying to tell people who are men that are kind of feminine or women that are kind of tomboyish that they're not feminine men or tomboyish girls. they must be trans.
Yeah, or they must be lesbians, or they must be butch.
Right.
It's like, no, I'm a tomboy.
Yeah, just let people, figure shit out on their own and do their own thing.
Yeah.
All right.
But, and then, more controversial shit. So I was reading this last night. I just happened to Google Trisha again to see whatever I could come up with. Apparently she got married in Vegas last night. And she doesn't show her husband. I'm like, or wife or whatever. It doesn't clarify who the fuck she married. At least this was last night. And,
or her wife, husband, drag spouse.
Yeah. I mean, congratulations, you got married, but like all the pictures she had cropped her SO out. And then she went on to the Chris Angel show, and he brought her up and was like, yeah, congratulations to happily married Trisha, and yeah. So I have no idea who the fuck she married, if it's a guy or a girl. I mean, that's none of my business, but it's still like, you're doing this after all of this controversy. You're just gonna dig yourself a deeper hole.
Yeah, if it's even true, what if she's lying about getting married?
I highly doubt it, but you never know with the internet.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that maybe she did, and the reason she cropped everything out is because she is in this controversy and she doesn't want
to drag the person into it.
Right. Like, for example, one of the people that I have followed for a long time and been a huge fan of, Miley Innopolis, he is declared to be a freaking alt-white, white supremacist and shit.
Yeah.
But he's a gay, and anti-gay and LGBT and stuff. But he is a gay Christian man who only likes black men.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's
and he got married to a black man.
Yeah.
Okay. But he didn't post pictures of, like, he would never post pictures of his boyfriend or husband, like, through the whole thing. The only thing you would ever get to see is, like, him holding his hand or something.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't see the person's face. And the whole reason he did all of that, he did have to post a wedding picture of them, but you could only see the back of his husband's head because he didn't want his husband to be caught up in the giant controversy that he was in, because he had people, like, trying to kill him. You remember the Berkeley riots when the people lit the fucking generator on fire and blew it up and beat the shit out of everything and pepper sprayed this woman in the eyes and beat her with flagpoles?
Yes.
That was because Miley Innopolis was going to be speaking at an event there.
God damn it.
And they were trying to break into there and kill him. And they actually did end up breaking the glass and getting into the school, but he had evacuated before that they got in.
Like, there's a YouTuber I watch, their SO. It's, oh god, what's it called? Little Time with Sassafras. I watch her because she does a lot of dog training videos. Her other YouTube is Introvert Circus. And her SO, they don't show to kind of protect the identity. You'll hear them talk, but you won't see their face.
I got a update on the wedding.
Yeah.
So according to the Daily Dot, they apparently contacted Clark County, Nevada, which I guess is the county that Las Vegas is in, and says they say that there have been no marriage license records that show that anyone named Trisha Paytas has obtained one.
I don't think...
This month.
I think...
or last month or whatever. They also say, this last part of it, they also say that the entire... excuse me. The entire ordeal is reminiscent of the fake Las Vegas marriage between Jake Paul and Tana Mongeau.
But I think Paytas is a stage name. I don't think it's her actual name, so that could be why they didn't find anything.
Maybe, yeah.
But and she posts a lot of private shit online. Like, I know her mom had, I think it was breast cancer, and she clickbaited it. It was like, I have something to tell y'all. She's going on and on and on, and then you could tell that she's clearly upset about something. And she's like, oh, my mom has cancer. It's like, okay, that's kind of a private thing. Now, if you are
not when you're on social media.
Is that the end of the controversy? Is that the last crazy thing she's done?
That pertaining to this, yes. I didn't look into really anything else because it was just melting my brain. It was bad. But I know she did have some shit with David Dobrik.
Who's that?
It is a YouTuber who does a vlog. If you know who Liza Koshi is, it's her ex-boyfriend. They used to do a bunch of shit together. David Dobrik, he's got basically money to blow, and like he gives people cars, he pays for people's colleges and shit.
What's his name?
David Dobrik.
You're
David
like,
Dobrik.
oh, I'm gonna become this guy's friend.
Go at me.
Does a bunch of
Undoubtful
pranks.
shadow. I need a new car. I need a house. You want to spend this money, dude? What do I got to do to get it?
But whenever she was dating Jason Nash, she was in the blogs because he's part of his vlog squad. You know, they're really good friends. And she was like, later went on to say, yeah, I hate him. I hate this. He's doing this. It's a bunch of bullshit. And he called her out so many times, like, are you cheating on him? No. It's like, are you a whore? Yes. And it's like, okay.
What?
Like,
are you cheating on him? No. Are you a whore? Well, duh.
Yeah. And one of the questions, I was watching something last night. It was with Chewy, and we were watching his vlogs, Stoned Out of Our Gourds. And it was, what was it? Oh, have you slept with somebody to get something for free? She was like, yeah. And her boyfriend's like what? Movie passes. Like,
movie pass?
Movie passes.
That's not even $12 a month. That's sad. She could have slept with someone for Hulu,
Yeah, but
information.
think about it. If you think about it, you can save that $12 on the movie ticket and spend it on one bag of popcorn.
Yeah, because now to get stuff from the movie theater, you have to like give them your firstborn. Sorry, Lorelai, Daddy wants popcorn.
Yeah, best trade-off I ever made. I got an extra large and a medium soda. I didn't get candy. It's 2 kids.
And a kidney.
I want that Reese's cup. That'll be your left kidney, sir. What?
Oh shit! All right, so
I have $10. No. We don't want your money. There's more money in your kidney.
So then what? Let's go around to end and just give our conclusion on Trisha.
She's fucking nuts. The end.
She sounds like a attention-seeking female in the social media age. Like, she just sounds like a confused straight woman in 2019.
Yeah, I given her history of being on reality TV and her consistent record of trying to do controversial things to get famous, it sounds to me like she is just saying like a bunch of crazy shit that she doesn't even know what she's saying, consistently contradicting what she's fucking saying all the time, all to just stir this controversy, because one of the biggest ways, to get famous and get your name out there and have everybody and go viral is to say some shit that pisses the left off like crazy, and then you blow up on social media.
Yep.
So I think like what you're saying, Josh, she is a Frankenstein of this social media era. If you enjoyed this conversation, you can help this show grow by sharing this video, as well as subscribing on YouTube, liking the Facebook page, or following on Podbean. Just click the links in the description below. Thanks for listening.